Have you ever finished a book, underlined a powerful quote, maybe even told your friend, "This book changed me," but then, 2 days later, you were back to the same routine? No changes, no habits, just good memories of a book that felt meaningful in the moment, but didn't really do anything? That happened to me too, a lot, until something shifted. I stopped chasing just inspiring books. I started looking for books that gave me clear steps. Books that didn't just make me think differently, they made me live differently. They changed how I wake up, how I talk to people, how I manage stress, and how I feel about myself. And today, I'm sharing 7 books that did exactly that. These are the ones that left a real mark, books that rewired how I live, not just what I think. So stay with me. I'll break down each one with a simple takeaway and a practical action you can try today. But first, let's understand why some books truly transform us, and most don't. Here's something most people don't talk about. Not all books are created equal. Some books give you facts, some give you advice. But a rare few, they give you a framework, a new lens to look at life through. And that's when things start to change. A study by the University of Toronto found something fascinating. Readers who applied one idea from a non-fiction book over 90 days showed measurable improvements in confidence, emotional intelligence, and life satisfaction compared to readers who just read passively. In simple words, reading helps, but doing makes the difference. Ask yourself this. Have you ever applied something from a book, like a morning routine or a journaling habit, and felt excited only to give it up in a week? It's okay. That happens to all of us. But here's the truth. Transformation doesn't come from inspiration. It comes from implementation. A transformational book doesn't just give you ideas. It gives you something to do. Think of it like this. A good cookbook tells you about flavors. A great cookbook walks you through the recipe. And when you cook, you remember, you learn, you change. It's the same with books. The ones that transform you don't just sound smart, they feel usable. They whisper to you when you're making a decision. They help you pause, reflect, and act. So the goal isn't to read more books. It's to read the right books, the ones that offer small, clear actions that create big results over time. The next 7 books I'm about to share do exactly that. And whether you're trying to build better habits, find your purpose, handle stress, or feel more in control of your life, one of these might just become the turning point for you. Let's begin with one of the most powerful books I've ever read, Atomic Habits by James Clear. This book didn't just teach me how to build better habits. It completely changed how I see myself. Here's the big idea. Every action you take is a vote for the type of person you want to become. That's powerful. Because most of us think change comes from setting big goals. But James Clear says real change comes from tiny habits, done again and again, until they shape your identity. Let me give you a real example from my life. A few years ago, I wanted to become a writer, but I never wrote. I just talked about writing. I bought fancy notebooks. I even followed writers on social media. But I wasn't writing anything. After reading Atomic Habits, I decided to start very, very small. I told myself, just write 2 sentences every morning. That's it. Not 2 pages. Not 30 minutes. Just 2 simple sentences. Some days, that's all I did. But other days, those 2 sentences became paragraphs. Eventually, it became a habit. And over time, that habit led to full articles and even longer writing projects. But it started small. Tiny habit. Big change. Now let me ask you, what's one tiny habit you can start today? Not next month, not next Monday, today. Think small, really small. If you want to get fitter, start with 1 push-up. Want to read more? Read 1 page before bed. Want to meditate? Sit still for just 60 seconds. Because the goal isn't perfection, it's consistency. You're not trying to win a gold medal in week 1. You're trying to cast a vote for the person you want to become. Atomic Habits teaches that your habits are not just actions. They're signals to your brain, signals that say, this is who I am now. And that's how real change happens, not with huge effort, but with small actions, repeated daily. Action tip. Right after this video, do this. 1. Choose one tiny habit that fits your goal. 2. Make it so easy you can't say no. 3. Do it every day for 30 days. No pressure. Just show up. And remember, even if you miss a day, you didn't fail. You just continue. 1 vote at a time. Next, let's move to a book that completely reshaped how I think about people and relationships and helped me become more confident in conversations. Ready? The second book that deeply changed how I live is The Power of Now by Eckhart Tolle. This isn't your typical self-help book. It's not about doing more, it's about being more present. Let me explain. Most of us live either in the past, thinking about what went wrong, what we regret, or in the future, worrying about what might happen, or chasing goals endlessly. But the power of now teaches something very simple and powerful. The only real life you ever have is this moment right now. That hit me hard. Because I realized, even when good things were happening, my mind was somewhere else. I wasn't really living them. I was too distracted, too stressed, too busy thinking ahead. But after reading this book, I started doing something very small. Whenever I felt anxious, especially in meetings, while working, or even while talking with friends, I'd pause and take one slow, deep breath. Just that. No fancy meditation. Just one breath. And in that moment, I felt more calm, more aware, more alive. Here's a question for you. What's one moment today you wish you had been more present in? Was it during breakfast with someone you love? A walk outside you barely noticed? A task you rushed through on autopilot? The power of now reminds us. Life isn't happening yesterday or tomorrow. It's happening now. Action tip. Next time you feel stressed, overwhelmed, or distracted, pause and take a slow breath for 30 seconds. Notice your surroundings. Feel your body. Come back to now. It's simple, but it changes everything, one breath at a time. Now let's move on to a book that completely rewired how I look at growth, failure, and long-term success. Ready for book 3? This book shook me to my core. Man's Search for Meaning by Viktor Frankl isn't just a book. It's a reminder of how strong the human spirit can be. Frankl was a psychiatrist who survived Nazi concentration camps. He lost his family. He faced starvation, torture, and total uncertainty. And yet he discovered something powerful. Even in the worst conditions, we can choose how we respond. And that choice gives us freedom. What kept him going? Purpose. He believed that when we have a strong why, we can survive almost anyhow. Now I know most of us aren't facing what he did. But let's be honest, we all face moments that feel dark. A breakup, a career setback, feeling stuck, lost, numb. I had a time like that. Nothing was working. I wasn't excited about anything. Then I remembered something from Frankl. Life is never made unbearable by circumstances, but only by lack of meaning and purpose. So I did something simple. I started, why journaling? Each morning, I wrote one reason why I get up and try again. Some days it was to help others, or to become who I promised myself I'd be. Other days it was just to be better than yesterday. Over time, that journal gave me back a sense of direction. Here's a question for you. What gives your life purpose right now? Is it your family? A dream? A message you want to share with the world? Even a small purpose is powerful when it's real to you. Action tip. Take 15 minutes this week to write your personal purpose statement. It doesn't have to be perfect. Just honest. Why do you wake up each day? What are you moving toward? This small act can bring clarity during chaos and strength when things get tough. Let's move on to book 4:1 that helped me stop waiting and start taking bold steps. This book made me completely rethink what success really takes. Grit by Angela Duckworth. In Grit, psychologist Angela Duckworth explains something simple but powerful. Talent matters, yes, but effort counts twice. You see, we're often taught that successful people are gifted or naturally talented. But Duckworth's research across students, athletes, and business leaders revealed the real secret, grit. That mix of passion and perseverance over a long time. Not a week, not a month, years. It made me ask myself, do I give up too soon when things get tough? And if I'm being honest, sometimes yes. Especially with workouts. I'd skip days, make excuses, tell myself I was too tired. After reading Grit, I made a small promise to myself. Home workout, 5 days a week, no matter what. At first, I wasn't perfect, but I kept showing up, even on lazy days, even when I didn't feel motivated. And you know what? It changed my mindset. I started seeing myself as someone who finishes what they start. That identity shift was more important than any physical result. Because when you keep promises to yourself, you build confidence that lasts. Now let me ask you, what's one goal in your life right now that needs more grit? Maybe it's building a habit, finishing a course, starting a side hustle. Whatever it is, know this. You don't have to be perfect. You just have to keep going. Action tip. Pick one long-term goal, not 10, not 5, just one. Then commit to doing one small thing toward it every day for the next 30 days. Track your progress. Build your streak. Watch your self-trust grow. Because grit isn't loud. It's quiet. It's shown through daily effort. Ready for a book that helped me quiet my anxiety and build inner stillness? There was a time when I woke up feeling behind before the day even began. No time to think. Just emails, meetings, messages, rushing. Then I read The 5 a.m. Club by Robin Sharma. Now I'll be honest, waking up at 5 a.m. sounded extreme. I thought, this is just for CEOs or monks. But the message of the book isn't just about the hour. It's about owning your morning before the world demands anything from you. Sharma introduces the 20-20-20 formula: 20 minutes movement, 20 minutes reflection, 20 minutes learning. I decided to try just a small version of this, starting at 5:30 a.m. No phone, no distractions, just 20 minutes, a quick stretch, a few lines in my journal, and sometimes reading a few pages of a good book. That small shift changed my entire day. I felt calmer, more focused, and surprisingly, more in control. Why? Because I gave myself space before the world rushed in. Mornings became my time to breathe, reset, and think clearly. Now let me ask you something. How do you start your mornings? Is it intentional or is it reactive? Do you check your phone first thing? Or do you check in with yourself? Because the first hour of your day often sets the tone for the rest. Action tip. Try this. For the next 5 days, wake up just 30 minutes earlier than usual. Use that time for you. Journal, walk, stretch, meditate. It doesn't have to be perfect. It just has to be quiet and intentional. It's not about being a morning person. It's about being the author of your day, not the audience. When you give your mornings to yourself, your whole day changes. And over time, your life changes. Now let's talk about a book that helped me understand why we often struggle to make decisions and overthink everything. We all want to believe we're right. It's natural. But what happens when two smart, well-meaning people completely disagree? That's where The Righteous Mind by Jonathan Haidt completely changed the way I think. This book dives into something powerful: why good people can see the world so differently. It explains how our moral values are shaped by culture, upbringing, and emotion, not just logic. And once you understand that, you stop seeing disagreement as a threat and start seeing it as a chance to understand. Here's a real moment for me. I was having a heated argument with a close friend over a political topic. Normally, I'd try to convince them they were wrong. But after reading this book, I paused. Instead of reacting, I asked, "Can you help me understand why this matters to you?" That simple question changed the energy completely. Instead of debating, we had a real conversation. We didn't fully agree, but we left with more respect and less tension. That's the power of understanding how people feel their way into beliefs, not just think their way in. Let me ask you, when was the last time you paused to really listen during a disagreement? Not just waiting for your turn to talk, but truly wanting to understand. Action tip. Next time you find yourself in a debate online, at home or at work, pause. Before making your point, ask one genuine question like, "Can you tell me more about why you feel that way?" You'll be surprised how that shifts the whole tone. We don't have to agree on everything. But we can learn to understand more, argue less, and connect deeper. Empathy is a superpower. And this book helped me practice it daily. Now let's move to the final book, one that teaches you how to grow stronger through life's challenges, not weaker. Some things break under pressure, others survive. But some things actually get stronger when life gets tough. That's what Antifragile by Nassim Taleb teaches us, and it blew my mind. Author Nassim Taleb introduces this simple but powerful idea. Fragile things break under stress, but antifragile things grow because of it. Think about your muscles. When you work out, you put them under stress. They tear, but they come back stronger. Life works the same way. Here's how this book changed me. There was a time I kept avoiding anything uncertain. I only did what I was good at. But after reading Antifragile, I did something different. I started taking on small risks, speaking up in meetings, trying new projects, saying yes to scary stuff. At first, it was uncomfortable. But over time, I became more confident. I learned faster. I grew. That's anti-fragility in action. Let me ask you, when was the last time you did something hard not to succeed, but to grow from it? We often avoid stress, but sometimes, stress is the training ground for strength. Instead of asking, "How can I stay comfortable?" try asking, "What small risk can I take today to grow stronger?" Action tip. Pick one small area of discomfort. Maybe it's speaking up, waking early, or trying something new. Do it just once this week. Then reflect. Did it make you weaker or stronger? This book helped me reframe pain as potential. Every challenge became a chance to evolve. Books that don't just inform you, they transform you. Let's take a breath and look back at what we just explored. These 7 books didn't just give me cool ideas or inspiring quotes. They actually helped me live better day by day. They gave me small tools that I could try out in real life. Some of them helped me build new habits. Others helped me stay calm or feel stronger during hard days. And you know what? None of it was magic. It was small steps that added up. Let's break it down. 1. Small habits shape who you become. Atomic Habits by James Clear. This book taught me that even tiny changes can lead to big results. I started by writing just 2 sentences a day. Over time, that turned into full pages. And then real writing projects. Try this. Pick one tiny habit and do it daily. even if it takes 2 minutes. 2. Being present makes you feel better. The Power of Now by Eckhart Tolle. I was always stuck in my head, thinking about the past or worrying about the future. This book helped me learn to focus on right now. I started doing deep breathing in stressful meetings. It made a huge difference. Try this. Next time you feel stress coming, pause and take 3 deep breaths. 3. Purpose gives you strength. Man's Search for Meaning by Viktor Frankl. When I felt lost in life, this book helped me ask myself, what am I really living for? I started journaling about my purpose, and things slowly felt clearer again. Try this. Write your own why, even if it's just 1 sentence. 4. Grit Beats Talent. Grit by Duckworth. This one was personal. I used to quit things when they got hard. After reading this, I told myself, just keep showing up. I started doing home workouts 5 days a week, even when I was tired. That built confidence. Try this. Choose one goal and stick with it, even when it's boring or tough. 5. Quiet mornings equals clear thinking. The 5 a.m. Club by Sharma. Waking up earlier gave me time just for me. I'd stretch, journal, or read. It set the tone for my day. Try this. For the next 5 mornings, wake up 20 minutes earlier and do something that helps your mind. 6. Empathy Stops Fights. The Righteous Mind by Haidt. This book helped me understand people better. During arguments, I stopped reacting. I started listening more. That saved a few friendships. Try this. Ask someone, can you help me understand your view, instead of arguing. 7. Pressure Can Make You Stronger. Antifragile by Nassim Taleb. This book flipped how I see stress. I stopped avoiding challenges. I started leaning into them. I realized just like muscles grow after lifting heavy things, we grow when life gets tough. Try this. The next time something hard happens, ask, how can I grow from this? You don't need to read all 7 right now. Just pick one book, take one idea from it, and try it out for 30 days. Because real change doesn't come from just reading more. It comes from doing something, even something small, with what you read. You've got this. If this video made you pause, made you think, or gave you even one useful idea, go ahead and hit that like button. It helps more people find this kind of content. And if you want more book wisdom that's super clear and easy to use in your daily life, subscribe to Books Ahead. This channel is here to help you not just read more, but actually grow through reading. Now I want to hear from you. Drop a comment below. Which of these 7 books are you most excited to try? Or maybe, which book have you already read but now you're ready to actually apply it? And hey, don't worry if you haven't read any of them yet. You're not behind. You're exactly where you need to be. The important thing is this. Start small. Start now. I've added links in the description to full video summaries for each of the books we talked about today. So if one of them stood out to you, go check it out and take the first step. Even if you just watch one summary, take one note and try one habit for a week. That's how it begins. Let's remember one big thing here. Books don't just fill your brain, they shape your life, but only if you let them. You have the power to turn a page and turn your day around. You can pick up one small lesson and make a big difference. You can read something today and become someone stronger tomorrow. So keep reading, keep growing, and most importantly, keep becoming. You're the author of your story.